Welcome to Fanboy Critic, where we go watch new movies on theaters and give you our review, both the good and the bad. I'm Joe Mortiz and I'll be your fanboy.
And I'm Sam McClure, I'll be your critic. Fanboy and Critic, we went to go see Aquaman, starring obviously Jason Momoa, Amber Heard, Willem Dafoe, and directed by James Wan. And if you don't know what Aquaman is all about, he's a superhero that most of his powers have to do with water, and to do with water and water animals.
Yes.
All right, Jay. So James Wan, this is his first superhero movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Aquaman, not everybody's favorite superhero, but Jason Momoa is most people's favorite human. So what do you think they did well?
I think James Wan did a terrific job bringing alive Atlantis. I think that was one of the most favorite parts about it, is bringing in the different kind of, I guess, sea creatures or aliens, I don't know what you want to call them, or Atlanteans. And we got to see a lot of different, I guess, worlds within that world, which I thought was really cool. There was a lot of CGI in this movie. It looked okay most of the time, but pretty bad at times too. With Jason Momoa, I think he did a really great job as Aquaman and bringing life to this character by being himself. I mean, he made this character a total badass just like he is in real life. So I guess he did a good job playing himself, but also bringing a little bit of Aquaman that we don't really know. But I had a lot of fun with this movie. It was really exciting. There was really cool battle scenes that I really enjoyed, but it did feel kind of long, and you kind of yawned through a little bit of it. But like I said, when the action starts coming and you see all these villains and all these different kind of worlds, that was probably the funnest part for me.
I mean, you're not wrong. Jason Momoa just basically played himself. It was just Jason Momoa being Jason Momoa with water powers. Frankly, I thought this... I mean, I didn't have high hopes with the trailer. It looked really dumb. And a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, the trailer looked really dumb, and it kind of slightly surpassed that, but I disagree. I think it was still really dumb. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. The dialogue was terrible. Jason Momoa, charismatic as hell. He carried me most of the way through it, but there's still a lot of... The story was really dumb. I don't know how else to put it. It was a boring story, and the action scenes were not imaginative. It's the same action scenes you see all over the place. There's nothing new to it except for it's a lot of CGI, and it's very overly saturated, colorful, and not necessarily a positive way. They tried to maybe this is to its positive, but they tried to really bring the same sort of look of the villains, specifically the villains and other Atlanteans, but it doesn't really play that well on screen. Like, Ocean Master looks ridiculous, and Black Manta, he looks ridiculous. I mean, they look so silly, and that's mostly because comic book, art does not translate to the gritty DC universe that they're trying to do. Like, Aquaman was gritty and badass, and everybody else just looked like a really weird comic book character. And basically every scene was either, okay, we're gonna explode and destroy a bunch of stuff for no reason, or then they're just, the talking scenes were just exposition. And did you notice, almost every single talking scene ended with just, an explosion happening? Like, they're talking,
Almost, yeah.
talking, explosion, and the talking doesn't further develop the characters at all. They're just like, okay, here's what's happening, so that there's a storyline here, instead of just fighting. And it doesn't do much of anything. Jay, convince the critics at home to go see Aquaman.
Critics, you're going to want to go watch this movie because this is a hero we don't really know or love. So give him a shot. I mean, I don't really know much about Aquaman, but after watching this, I kind of like the guy. So go check it out.
Fanboys, this is a character you don't really know or love. So you don't have to go see it. Nobody really cares about Aquaman. His powers are talking to fish and swimming real good. Jason Momoa is charismatic and interesting. Watch Frontier, watch Game of Thrones. This is just a really lame version of Jason Momoa. Even the way they wrote him, even sometimes he didn't come off as cool as he can, just because of how he was written. If you are a fanboy of Aquaman, this is kind of shits all over Aquaman because it's not the one that you know, and it doesn't make him look particularly great. So, you can skip this one. Go on to the next DC movie, which is probably like Shazam or something else. All right, Jay, on to the ratings. What do you thought? What did you think of this?
I've seen this movie twice, and I'm gonna say I was pretty much out of the maze. I really enjoyed a character that I did not really care about. We could both agree on. I mean, I am a big DC fan, but like I said, I don't really care about Aquaman. But I think James Wan did a terrific job. Jason Momoa did a really good job, and it was cool. It was a good superhero movie. I really enjoyed it.
For such a vast lore that goes into superhero comics and Aquaman and Atlantis and just the whole superhero universe, this was an incredibly unimaginative take on it. I mean, sure, you can say like, oh, all these creatures and what, but it's exactly what you would expect. Like if you say Atlantis, you'd be like, okay, I'm going to draw exactly what Atlantis is and how these people interact, and it's not going to surprise you or take you any place that you couldn't have, like a 5-year-old could have thought of exactly what happened. And this movie was crap. It was just crap. I'm sorry.
Then there it is, fanboys and critics. This is probably our last review of the year.
Yep.
So make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. Tell us what you thought about the movie and our review. And we'll see you next year for our next review.